Is it safe to be vulnerable? Today, I want to talk about vulnerability because vulnerability is often described as something beautiful, healing, and necessary for deeper connection. And I agree. But I think there is an important question that is not asked often enough. Is it safe to be vulnerable here? Because vulnerability is not simply about opening up. It is not about sharing everything with everyone. And it is not about removing all boundaries. Yet many people feel pressure to be more open, more transparent, or more emotionally exposed, even in environments that may not be able to hold that vulnerability well. And I think that can create a lot of confusion because vulnerability and emotional safety are closely connected. Without some degree of safety, vulnerability can feel frightening. And honestly, sometimes it should. Not because vulnerability is wrong, but because discernment matters. There is a difference between someone earning your trust over time and someone simply having access to your personal story. Not everyone who asks for openness knows how to handle it with care. Not everyone who receives vulnerability knows how to respect it. And not every environment is equally supportive of emotional honesty. That does not mean people are bad. It simply means different relationships have different capacities. And I think many people have had experiences where they opened up hoping to feel understood, only to feel dismissed, judged, criticized, misunderstood, or emotionally exposed afterward. Experiences like these can teach the nervous system to become cautious. And then later people wonder, why is it so hard for me to open up? Sometimes the answer is not that you are incapable of vulnerability. Sometimes your nervous system is simply trying to protect you because trust is not built through pressure. Trust is built through consistency, through respect, through emotional safety, through repeated experiences that show you can be yourself here. You can be honest here. You do not have to perform here. And I think one of the most healing realizations is understanding that vulnerability is not an obligation. You do not owe everyone access to your inner world. You do not have to share everything to prove that you are healing. You do not have to expose every wound in order to be authentic. Sometimes healing means becoming more open, but sometimes healing also means becoming more discerning. Learning where your energy feels respected. Learning where your feelings are welcomed. Learning who can hold difficult conversations with care. And learning who cannot. Because vulnerability is not simply about courage, it is also about wisdom. It is knowing when to open the door a little wider and when to keep certain parts of yourself protected until trust has had time to grow. And I know this can feel difficult, especially if you have been taught that being loving means always being available, or that being kind means never having boundaries. But healthy vulnerability and healthy boundaries can exist together. In fact, they often support one another because true vulnerability is not about giving everyone access. It is about sharing yourself in spaces where honesty, respect, and care can exist together. And maybe one of the questions we need to ask ourselves more often is not, how can I become more vulnerable? But where do I feel safe enough to be vulnerable? Because the answer to that question can teach us a lot about emotional safety, trust, and the relationships that genuinely support our well-being. If this message resonates with you, you may consider giving this channel a like or subscribe. And if you know someone who may need these words right now, please share this video with them. I intend for this content to be found by people who may truly need these words at this moment in their life. I truly appreciate those of you who choose to spend your time here, especially those who have already subscribed and continue supporting this space. I hope this channel can continue becoming a gentle and safe place for people who are trying to heal, reflect, reconnect with themselves, and feel a little less alone in their journey. And wherever you are in your journey right now, may the true source of love and light gently guide you towards safety, discernment, healing, compassion, and peace.